Hello, good morning, and happy Thursday. Uh, I was loading up the app and noticed that we left ourselves off some nice error messages, which actually did help with finding the exact file that we're supposed to be updating. So continuing on, so we're creating the claims. We're figuring out when we're going to expire. Right, we need to add at least an hour to the timestamp. Okay, so that will make that work. Asitsu, hello. So we are working on the project solution for the to-do sort of course. Um, we're building it in Axum 0.6. We last time, I guess last couple streams is when we started it, right? So I'm also experimenting with doing a single episode per story per test essentially. So we're gonna have like a fairly long episode for users because this is like I guess creating a user itself is like spinning up the entire app, spinning up and setting up the database, doing all that stuff is um, a fairly large endeavor. But I think it's working. I'm kind of dreading how long it's going to take to render, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we left off when we are trying to create a token that we need to add to the user, and that is okay. So we're creating a claim. We have the expiration time, so I probably want to open up a browser to each of these documentations. So specifically, where this is JSON Web Token. So the X is the only required one. That's the one we're going to use. Oh, we're going to need a secret for this too, aren't we? But we do have dot envy set up, so we should be able to add that stuff. Yeah. Okay. And if I remember correctly, in main, okay, so we have .env. Yeah, we just use .env macro to load these values in now. And I could load them in here at this point. Okay. I think that's good there. I kind of wonder if I should just have like app state be created at this point in here and passed in. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Testing wise, well, okay, I don't even have the back end isn't even running right now. But if I try to run the test, yeah, we just get error connection refused, so it can't actually do anything, which is not too surprising. Cargo Watch is telling us, hey, we need a semicolon. Okay, so I think I'm good to just start continuing on and seeing if I could get done with user creation today. This is I think the longest one because it has so many other setup things in it. All right, let's get going. All right, I'm back and we're going to continue. It's been a couple days since our last session in real life, but let's see, where were we? We were in this jot here. So we're creating a claims. We have this now here. We need to add at least an hour for this. We can use maybe a chrono duration for this. Let's see if I could do that. So let's let I guess like expires in. So expires at um so I want a duration, but that's gonna be a chrono duration, and then from it's not from there's something from like from seconds or value minutes. Oh, this gives me a duration here. Okay, so can I give hours? Yeah, that gives me a duration. Okay, so we're gonna say 1 hour, which should be more than enough for this. And then I want to create the exp. So exp equals, and this is going to be now. So I don't want to turn this into a timestamp yet. We're going to start with the now. I want the now plus the expires at, and then I want to turn this into, okay, so let's actually make this like expires at, and then I'll do let xp equals expires at. Uh, so this will be timestamp as usize. And then down here, we can get rid of this. All right. So we've got our claims. Taking a look back at our documentation again. So we've got that. We can now create a token. We're going to use the default header. So that's fine there. My claims. Okay, so the claims encoding key from. Okay, so let's do these one at a time. So we have that maybe like token header is going to be equal to, what is that? Like header default. We have my claims. So that's the claims. Encoding key is going to be from a secret, which is going to be loaded up from our environment variables. So now I need to reopen up. So in project solution, our .env here. Let's open up. What is this going to be? This is going to be our jot secret. We can just make this a keyboard. Keyboard. Let's spell it correctly this time. Keyboard cat. Now I could load that directly here, but that would do it every time that we create a token. I think we can pass the secret into this. So see, okay. I'm wondering if we want to put this as part of state. And if we put this as part of state, so app state, let's have pub jot token is going to be a string. Now we're creating app state here. I kind of want to now, instead of take in a database URL, let's take in the database. Let's just take in an app state as part of this, and we'll create the database connection in main. So we'll do an app state is an app state. This database connection, we're going to cut you out. Head over to main. Right, so we get the database URL. We create the database connection. We get the, let's do all the .envs together. So we're going to get the jot secret env, and then that was jot secret. We two owned you. Okay, that should be happy. Then we get our database. Okay, we need to create the app state. App state. I need to pub that. So right now, app state is coming from here. That's pub. The library is mod utilities. So I need to, I would need to pub mod all of the utilities, which I'm not completely sure I want app state in there. So I'm gonna make an architecture change now. Let's create a new full. That's actually just a single file. So I'm gonna move app state out of utilities, just into source here. Okay, so utilities, you don't care about that anymore. Library, you care about this. So we're gonna do a pub mod app state. Okay, so then this is just gonna be app state. You shouldn't need self ever. Okay, that should be happy now. Back into main. We should find, there we go, we found you. There is no new for this. All right, so we have DB and we have jot token, which is actually this jot secret. Okay, so let's rename you. App state, I want this to be jot secret. Okay. So now we create the app state there, and we're going to pass in the app state. Okay, that makes you happy. Our router isn't happy now because you're taking in. Oh, right. You don't know where this is. This is now super. Failed to unresolve super. Oh, let's. Oh, use. Okay, use create. Oh, it's just app state then. There we go. Create user. Okay, yeah, you're not from this. You're gonna be from use crate. That. Unused import app state. I don't even know if I need that. Everything else seems to be happy without it. Well, I'll wait until the end, and then I'll clean up as soon as we get this first test working. Okay, back to you. We need this database information. Why aren't you working? Rust analyzer restart. Well, this jot is not saved either. Maybe. There we go. Now can you find, oh, you still can't find the database? Use that. Database. Okay. Okay, you should be happy. No more errors, which means that you should be running now. Excellent. Okay, now we're not using the jot yet, so that's obviously a problem. But let's go back to our jot. So this is token header. We want to create the secret. What was that called? It's the encoding key. So it's the key equals, this is going to be the encoding key from secret, I believe. Now we need to take in the secret, which is going to be a strt. and you take in this secret like that. Oh, expected this U8. Okay, so you do as bytes. Yes. Okay, we have all of those. We should finally be able to create the token. And the token does look like we need a question mark on this, so it returns a result. Okay, so we're going to, I want this to return an app error instead. So we're going to do a create token. No, that's the wrong one. I want encode. I want encode. Okay, encode. The header is going to be a reference to the token header. The claims is a reference to claims, and the claims, and the key is a reference to the key. We have to map the error. All right, so first we're going to do an ePrint line, not create a new file. We want to do an ePrint line. Error, what is this going to be? So this is error creating token. And that's going to be the error. And then we're going to return an app error. So a status code, internal server error, and then some kind of message. So error, I guess like this is error creating an account or logging in. So there was an error. Please try again later. Okay, so, and we're returning that. All right, so encode, and we're returning this entire thing. So there we go. That returns our token. We do that. We don't have a question mark. Okay, great. So back to users. So create user. We need, let's see, where is this? We have our, okay, so when we set this password, okay, so right here. So we do new user dot token equals a set. We need to create token. We need the secret, which means this is, now this is interesting. This is the only string that we have out of the state. So if I ended up with a second string in that state, that's going to end up being a problem. I kind of wonder if I want to create a utility, like a little wrapper type, for the token. And I could do that. I could do like I could do that part of this. I could also do this as like in utilities. Let's create in here. We'll do a like a token wrapper. Yeah, this token wrapper. That makes sense to me. Okay, so we'll do rs mod token wrapper. So we're gonna do a pub struct. I'm thinking this could be a tuple struct only. This is gonna be a token wrapper, and that holds a string inside, and that's it. That's all I need. I could add more methods to this, or maybe add like a deref if I really want to, that derefs out the internal string. That might be helpful. Let's now go to app state, and we'll just say you are a token wrapper. So you're that. Expected a type, found a module. Oh, I named the file token wrapper like the module. Let's rename that. It should be token wrapper. app state. Okay, your token wrapper. Okay, I think unresolved import. Oh, I need to rename you. Okay, now you are. There we go. Now you're happy. Clone is not okay. So we need to implement clone for you. That's fine. Okay, so we've got clone. What's next? In here. So we have our jot secret. We need to put this inside of a token wrapper, which you can't find. Why not? Because utilities now needs to be public. Okay, fine. Fine. You need to be public. Import you. There is no creator on this, so it's gonna be token wrapper, and then that's gonna be the jot secret. Okay. Cannot initialize the tuple struct, which contains private fields. Oh, you need to be public. So this is public there. Okay, there we go. Okay, token wrapper goes into this jot secret, which means now in create user, I should be able to extract this out with state. This is going to be the jot secret with a state token wrapper. Okay. That gives me this, and then if I want to pass in the stir from this, this create token, the secret is going to be the jot secret dot 0, but I don't want to take ownership of it, so it's a reference. And then we question mark semicolon that. Oh, I question mark this one here. Expected an option string, found a string. Oh, an option string. Okay, so you have to be a sum like that. There we go. Okay, so that should now create a token for us. Now we need the token back because it expects that token back as soon as we create the account. So we need to come back into users here. So the response user comes with a token, which is a string. So far, that's going to be absolutely required, but this might have to be an option at some point. Let's come back to create user. We then have a token, and this is going to be user dot token. Now we can unwrap at this point because we just created the token. We know absolutely that it exists. So I feel safe doing that. Okay, so no more errors. Our server is running. Let's head back here and run our tests. Connection refused. Port 3000. Let's restart you. Make sure you're running. Let's try it again. Now it is going to localhost it, so we don't have that same problem as last time. Let me try hitting our server with Thunder Client and just sort of see what's going on. So in our To API, if I do a create user, let's add like another username to this. Connection was refused by the server. How about the hello world? Oh yeah, connection refused by server. So something is wrong here. Let's see what's going on. So zero backend tests. Oh, you panicked. Error connecting to the database. Okay, so I rebooted my computer. I rebooted my computer, which would indeed cause the database to restart. So I need to do a Docker compose up, put it background mode, and wait until healthy. So yes, having the database actually running would have been helpful, and hitting it causes the error to happen, which then prints out that the error is. Okay, so let's try this again. So we'll restart you. If I hit you, there we go. Now we're okay. npm test. All right, we moved on to the next thing. So we're still in sign up, but okay. It expects there to be a token. It expects it to be a string, so that's all correct. It expects to be able to verify this token using the jot secret that they're grabbing from the test.env. Let's see what their secret is. This is backend test. Their jot secret is this keyboard cat. Let's double check. Ours is not exactly the same. Let's try this. I'm not sure if it's I think it's loading those .env files every time it starts, so I want to reforce a start. Let's try this again. Okay, so it failed invalid signature. So we need to figure out what's going on with this. So this jot is using this is in our tests. Not that one. I want API test. There we go. This is line 590. So here's our verify code. If we go into here, this is the actual. Okay, so we're using JSON Web Token from npm. So we probably want to take a look at what the key is and like what the default features for them are, just to make sure that it's what we expect it to be. So our function. So you're probably okay. So let's go. Okay, this is JSON Web Token. Let's open up npm JS and find JSON Web Token. Okay, so the default algorithm is HS256. Okay, so let's double check your default algorithm is what? HS256. Okay. Expires in seconds or a string. That should be fine for what we're doing. Let's go take a look at verify. So token is the JSON Web Token string. Secret or public key is a string or buffer containing either the secret or this. Algorithm, so HS256, but of course that's the default one. I don't think I'm doing anything interesting. I'm just doing tokens. This should be a failure, right? Oh no, that's the secret. Okay, so that's what's happening is that it's throwing an error because it's a failure state. So if we come back to here, so it's doing verify. It's grabbing this token. This token is a string. We could just double check to make sure that it's the token that we think it is. So I'm just going to put a console.log in here. So this is what user from API token. We could also throw in the jot secret just to make sure it's actually loading up correctly. We'll run that test again, and we should see. Yep. Okay. So here's the token that we're getting from our backend, and we're getting this keyboard cat. This keyboard cat is exactly the same here and here. Okay, so that's good. Let's see what else. We would need to verify that the timestamp is correct. That it maybe there's something that we need to like add into our token to have it work. I think what I'm gonna do though is the same thing as last time. I'm gonna throw in a quick cut here. And I'm gonna do some research and play around with it, and I'll come back and tell you what I did wrong. Okay, let's we're pausing the recording. What did I do wrong? Because when I practiced this, it worked just fine. Do I need the issued at? Is that something that I need? I don't think that I need the issued at. And this is creating a token. I'm adding the expires at for an hour. So that should be fine. If I go like 6 hours. Let's do that just in case. Really? That was the problem? Okay. Never mind. All right. We're okay. I don't know why an hour. I guess an hour. Oh, it's because it's UTC. I don't know. That feels weird. Um, okay, but let's yeah. I I guess like why is that happening? So UTC time, there must be a time difference. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. That's true. Um, I know that the default sort of range is an hour, but I'm taking now from Corona UTC now, which should be my computer's timestamp. But then the other one should be my computer's timestamp too, right? For verification. Unless they're not assuming UTC. And I have to provide just a U size, so I can't control what goes. I wonder if I did the 1 hour and if I did the issued at. Uh, what was that? I wanna try that really quickly. Oh, wrong documentation. This documentation. I want the issued at because I did do that one last time and I was just like, oh, it's optional. I don't really need to do that. So let's do that IAT equals now dot timestamp dot as you size, and we'll throw that in the claims. Oh, we'll throw that in the claims. Okay, so you're restarted. You're still 1 hour. Oh, that works too. That works too. So I need to tell it when it was issued so it knows. Okay, so it's optional, but not really. Okay. I'm going to undo this. I'm going to read. Okay. That should still give us the same problem. Oh, now it's working. Oh, if I had rerun the tests, I would have seen that it's sometimes working and sometimes not working. That's weird. What? What? I don't get it. It's working now. Did I like fail to save the key? It's like working 100 times. Well, that's embarrassing. Still going in the video, but it's like, what? What? Okay. I guess we're still saved. We're at hours 1. I didn't put in. Let's just, okay, restart the server just in case. I can't recreate the problem. Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. Okay, I'm back, and I thought I had found a solution for it. I thought I understood why I was wrong, but now I don't. I don't know anything anymore. Because when I try to recreate the problem, to then recreate the solution here, I couldn't. Everything just works fine. So I'm wondering if I like accidentally didn't save something correctly, didn't restart the server with like the environment variable. Maybe it was like I don't know what's going on anymore. Because now when I run my tests with nothing changed, it just works. So we're just gonna continue on. And yeah, that's it. Nothing more. Okay. So we got this. Let's commit. So that way I can come back here if I really need to. I did remove the console log that I put into this test. So no more sort of like information dumping there. Okay, so this is, what do? We creating the token. So next up, it wants this one wants there to be a username inside of the token. Okay, so it does want something inside the claim, specifically the username, so it can verify that it really is exactly that token from this app. And okay, so we're not cheating too much. So because of that, we're gonna have a claim of a username. And let's double check the documentation for like just our own stuff. So here we have claims, we have like sub, which is this thing. We have exp, and then we could just put in whatever we want here too, which in this case is a company. Now in our case, we want there to be a username, I believe. So let's put in a username, and that's going to be a string, which does mean we need to take in the secret and a username, which that could be a str. And then username is username.toOwned. Now, if this is taking, like, I could just pass in a string to, and then toOwned it on the other side, or clone it on the other side. That would be fine. That'd be fine too. This is sort of like my own. I just like almost by default do strs at this point, but it's just immediately becoming a toOwned. So I'm just gonna do a string to make this part a little bit nicer. There. And then in create user, you need, okay, so we pass in create user. Here's the secret. We need to also pass in the username. That's going to be the new user dot, oh, that's a active value. Let's take this from the request user, username. Now that's, this has been moved already, so I need to clone you out of here. Okay. That should be happy now. Let's see if this test pass. All right, it found the username out of here. Created. Okay, next up. It expects that the password that's in the database not to be the password that was passed in. So it's checking to see if the password is plain text. And unfortunately, it is, because we just threw this in there. So that's failing. So we need to use a hashed password. So we need to go find that a hash algorithm again. I believe this is going to use, yeah, it's going to use bcrypt to compare. So I have to use bcrypt here. Okay, so let's go find bcrypt. So this is creates. What did we use last time? Did we use bcrypt? Let me check in here. If I do a cargo add, oh, I lost my history. Let's go find in data. We are just using bcrypt like that. Yes, so this bcrypt is correct. This is the one we're going to use. Okay, so project solution, bcrypt, add that in. I don't think I need any of the features for this. And okay, so I need a hash. So in project solution, we need to open up in source, utilities. Let's just create a hash. Close you down, give myself some room. Okay, so pub mod hash, and we're gonna have a pub function, maybe like hash password. We know we're gonna have to take in a password, and we're probably gonna have to take in a secret. I probably also want this to be a different secret than the one that we're using for the jot, and this is, let's see, when I hash, that hashes this. Does this hash with a oh, it hashes with its own secret, right? I want to say. Okay, let's well, we know we need the password. So we have a password. That's going to be a, what do you take in? You take in a str, it looks like. We're going to return a result with a string and an app error. Let's throw a to-do in there. Okay, so we know we want some kind of hash. So let's try just returning use bcrypt hash, which returns a result. Okay. Then we can set what the cost is going to be too. All right. Generates a password hash using the cost given. The salt is generated randomly using the OS randomness. Okay, great. This is probably what we want then. What using? Okay, so password string. So that's the password cost. Now, what cost should we use for this? We were using, I think, something like 16 for the data lessons, and there was a noticeable lag, which is not great. Let's try 14. I don't want it to take any visible time with this. Result. Okay, so we're gonna have to map error. So we're gonna have our error here. We'll do an eprint line. So this is error hashing password. Print out that error just so we know if something went wrong, and we'll return an app error, status code, internal server error, and error. So if this is hashing our password, so error error securing password, um, please try again later, or maybe just like error securing password. Okay, so error new. Oh, and we return that, and we'll return this entire thing. Okay, so one line right here. Okay, so that's great. Now that's a magic number. We'll have to come in and change it later if we need that somewhere else. I don't think we ever do though. Okay, so we do hash. Let's go back into create account. Where's that? Routes, users, create account. I need to hash the password, and we put that in here instead. Okay, so we're gonna do hash password. The password is gonna be a reference to request user password. Question mark u. Now, because I'm passing in a reference to this, I don't need to clone it anymore, and I can pass in a string here and take ownership of it. So great. Okay, we are so far continuing to be good. Let's see if this just works. That was a pretty long delay, so that makes me think that 14 is still too bit long, but sign up is now working. Excellent. Okay, so this first test is finally up and running. Let's play with this this hash number. So I want to maybe try 12 and see if that is a little bit better. Feels like a little tiny bit better for this one. Like if I go 10, which I don't actually want to go down to a 10. I think I'm going to stay with 12. It's I mean there's a tiny bit of delay there, but I think I'm okay with a 12. And sort of like have a tiny bit of a pause, but not too much. But certainly not as bad as like a 14 or a 16, which is way too much. So we'll stay here for this. What I can do is let's create a const. So we'll do a const variable. So this is going to be a cost. You are a what are you? You are a U32. And we're going to set you to 12 and then just use this constant in here. So that way it's not quite as much of a magic number. It's still declared inside of here, but it's at the top of the file, and we should be able to find it pretty easily. Okay, and we open you up just once again. Everything is fine. Everything else is skipped right now, so everything else will be airing out for us, obviously, but sign up is working. Let's go ahead and clean things up really quickly. So I'm actually going to do a git commit because, well, we got it working. I don't want to break that. So we are hashing password. All right, so unused import this self. Rust Analyzer keeps on bringing this in for me. I don't need it. Get rid of you. Unused import database and database connection inside the main library because we're not doing that here anymore. Unused import app state in, where is this? This is create user. Right. I don't need that because I'm using the types inside of app state now. So don't need that. And we're happy. After this, I should run the test one more time just to make sure I didn't screw anything up. And there we go. Okay, so sign up is working. Let's go ahead and refactored to remove warnings. Hit that. I'm going to push up my code, and that's going to be the end of the first part of, the first real part of the project. We now have sign up working. So I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Sudo. Hello. Am I doing Advent of Code this year? I haven't done Advent of Code for any of the years. I think I've done like a few Advent of Code problems here and there throughout the years, but I've never like actually sat down and tried. I should one time, but like I keep on having projects happen in December, like this one, which then come up and like take all my time. So maybe next year, maybe, or maybe we'll do it like in between. We'll do a Christmas themed like July. I don't know. That could be interesting. This is your first year. It's so fun. I have seen like a lot of people in the various discords that I'm members of doing the Advent of Code. It does look a lot of fun, especially not necessarily the competitive part of it, but it's like there's a story to it. Like there's a story and there's a lot of people sort of like discovering things. It's fun. Usually 10 to 20 minute problems. I vaguely remember the early ones being longer, but maybe that's just because I wasn't as good. You don't compete. Yeah, it's there's the leaderboards, and the leaderboards are simply who did it the fastest, which I'm not a huge fan of. I wish there was like a leaderboard of more of like how many lines of code like took you, like some, or how maybe how long it took your code to run to complete the problem. Like things like that would be more interesting to me. Okay, so that's this one. So skip cannot create multiple users with the same username. All right. I have like 20 minutes. Let's see how far we can get that. Cannot create multiple users with the same username. I wonder what that's gonna be. I think it's going to cause a error. Oh, I need to like return a specific type of error. All right, so let me close all these windows. Oh, I need to mark down that we did this one. So this is create user. this is now recorded, and I recorded another 2 of these create users. Oh, fun. Okay, so this was the first one. Okay, so this was create user, what, like 5 or something like that? And then create user 6 and done. Okay. Maybe it was like 4 and 5. I don't remember anymore. There's a lot of videos in this one. But the next one, okay. So we'll see how far we can get here. Welcome back to the creating the project. We are moving on to the next test in the to do project. Let's open this up. Let's find it. So it's the cannot create multiple users with the same username. I'm doing an only on this one. So what I probably want to do is do this, find all of these and put a skip on them. Because I think that's how it works. That skips everything, right? Yeah, that skips everything. And then sign up. We want working. There we go. Okay, so sign up is going. And so next up is cannot create multiple users with the same username. So let's unskip that one too. We'll npm test you. And let's see what we got. So this, I'm guessing, is gonna fail. Okay, so we received a 500 error, and if we take a look at our here, okay, error creating user, severity code message duplicate key, violates unique constraint, users username key. Okay, so we get the error there, and so we expect this to be a 400 and a specific message to come back, which would be this username already taken, try again with a different username. So we have to catch that as that specific error, or we have to do a quick check beforehand for that username. So like one of those two things. Now, if we just go ahead and try to create it, that might be the best way to sort of handle this. Let's go routes, create user. So here is map error. So error creating user. We need to catch what this error is. Now, I'm thinking that this error 23505, this is a code, duplicate key, that helps me know that's a duplicate key. Table some users, column none, constraint, some username key. Oh, here, detail some key username equals, username already exists. So that's helpful. So severity error code 23505. Duplicate key violates. Now there's only one duplicate key, one unique, I believe, in here. So actually, if I check for this duplicate, this would be a duplicate key code, right? So let's throw a const into here. So const duplicate key error code. That's gonna be, now it's a string here. That's interesting. So I want you to be maybe stir is 23505. let's see if we can capture that. So here we are with you. I am printing out what this error is. I'm taking ownership of it. I could probably reference this. And I mean, in reality, what I probably want to do is match you. So what are you? You're a database error. So user query. I need to check what the code is. Now that's all the way inside of like this query SQLX error database PG. Okay, so what happens if I tried to like extract out? It's like that's error dot. So I can do toString provide source. I can't like get like the first thing in here. If I toString you, what's that? Let's actually toString this. So toString to see what is that? What is the toString part of error? If it's just this duplicate key, then we can search for if that error contains that. That might help out. What went wrong? Oh, I potentially don't need you. I'm gonna remove you. Okay, we will run you again. And let's see what our error is. Query error returned from the database, duplicate key value. Okay. We want to see if this matches. So if I could find you inside there. Okay, so if I do let error message equals error dot toString. Okay, so I want to see if error message, is there like a contains? There is a contains. Okay. If it contains this. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about this here, but maybe that'll just work. So if you contain that, I want to have this message be this one, username already taken. So you become that. So let's do this is going to be the error message out to, well, it's going to be a different status code, isn't it? So okay, so we're just going to recreate a new app error inside of here. This is going to be a, let's see, bad request, 400, and the message will be, what? Didn't I copy you? Let's try that again. Copy you. There we go. Okay. So I return you else. Otherwise, I want to then eprint line this because it's something completely different. I could just do this error message. Error message here. That should be fine. And then this app error goes up to here. And that way we're returning one app error or another app error. Okay. No errors. So let's run this again. Okay, so we received undefined instead of an actual error message. So what it wants is error. Okay, so error response data error. We are responding, just this message here. We need, so our app error, I think, is responding the wrong thing. Let's go take a look at app error here. So response Status to be that. Okay, so data, and then I think this needs to be error. Now, instead of changing everything everywhere to be error, I'm just gonna make it like that. And let's see if that makes you happier. Oh, self dot error clone. Okay, so no errors. Let's try this. It's still undefined. It still can't see what we're sending back. I wonder if I need to put this inside of the data as opposed to inside of just the response itself. I'm it's supposed to be okay, so it is JSON here. So I'm a little bit confused about what I'm getting back. So let's go ahead and find where this is happening. So cannot create you. Axios post. Okay, we get the error. Okay, we're having a try catch here. We have, here's the error. Let's console log what this error is. So I want error.response. Let's start with that and see if we can find what the, well, let's put the response.data. Let's see if we're getting anything beyond undefined in here. Okay, so run you again. Oh, so I have this error message like that. And I want you to be just error. So I totally forgot that I have this as the error response and this is the error. So I actually want to undo all this stuff. You become error. And that one can still be the message. That should make this work now. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. And now they're both passing. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to come back into the test. We're going to remove this console log because we don't need that. We don't have, anytime I make a change, I just like to rerun the test just to make sure I didn't break anything, even if it's just removing a console log. We're good to go there. There's no warnings, no errors. So we're going to commit this. So we cannot save duplicate, or maybe this is more of like handling duplicate usernames. Okay, and I'll go ahead and push that up. This was a lot shorter than the last one. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Mr. MLX, hello. Sorry about not responding right away. I was in the middle of recording something for YouTube. Any good resources for learning Rust? So I guess I have some clarifying questions maybe for that. What level would you self-identify as? Like what is your level of programming? How comfortable are you with I guess more advanced stuff or not advanced stuff? Never liked the idea of parsing error messages. Um, I don't like it either because it can change, but I really like, I wish that there was better error messaging. Like I wish there was a standard for error messages across all things. I could do the code, but I couldn't find, like I couldn't figure out an easy way to get the code out. Also, I'm rushing, so that doesn't help. But okay, that was that. That was easy. So we have create user, and then next up we did this was prevent duplicate. Or this is more of like handle duplicate. Okay, with other languages, pretty good. Rust, a noob. Okay, great. So if you're familiar with other languages and you sort of like have programming background, I would start with the Rust book. So the thing that most people call the book. Let me see. Rustlang, is it .org? I should know this, but I keep on forgetting. It's rust-lang.org. If you go to get started, no, if you go to learn, yeah, this one. So it says read the book. That's where I would start. This book is actually pretty good. If you go to it, it has everything that you need. What I was told, and I'm thinking it's probably still the same, would be you probably need the first, at a bare minimum, the first 10 chapters or so. That gets you through all the types and everything else and just how the language worked. After that, it's sort of like extra stuff on top of it, and those you could come back to after you like write some basic parts, basic little apps for yourself. So here's a link directly to the book. You try and query the database for an existing user first, even if the error message was easier to use. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's probably like that was my first sort of thought. But I was like, do I want to do another query before that query? And like the administrator part of my brain hit and said, no, one query, minimize the number of hits, which is a pre-optimization. And it's just like my habit of like minimize database hits. For this app, literally no extra effort for the database. It won't even notice it. But I guess that shows like my biases. Okay, what would be next? I don't have time for more. It's 8:13. I have 2 minutes before the next thing. Next is going to be sign in. Okay, sign in should be fairly short also, but yeah, because we're going to create a token. It's going to be longer than handle the error. Oh, this is handle duplicate username. So the next one is going to be sign in. Okay, so we got you. Then I have you. This is what? Handle duplicate usernames. All right, well, what's coming up? Gets a good error message when attempting to log in with a bad username and password. So handling bad username, password, logging out. Error when using an authenticator route without a token. Okay, so handling secure. It's like I guess this is secure routes. Secure routes. Like almost part one. Secure routes. Every time we think that everyone notices nothing, somewhere production server goes down. Yeah. It's what it feels like, doesn't it? And then everyone except the people who need to know about it unless you have really good monitoring and monitoring for the monitoring to make sure the monitoring doesn't go down, because that's a thing. So this would be secure routes, part 2. So there's those. And then we get to go into the fun stuff, which is like the tasks. Okay, cool. So this is at least the next few videos. Recursive monitoring. Yeah. Eventually, everything comes down to some person that you hire on Fiverr who just stares at monitors with numbers and then gives you a phone call if they stop updating for 5 minutes. I think that's how it works. It's also I don't think you'd hire somebody on Fiverr for that. I guess we're gonna hire AI. We're gonna write AI to monitor the monitoring servers. I don't know. Okay, so this is all good to go. Let's we updated the plan. We'll push that up. We have 2 done. These are the biggest ones. The rest should all be pretty small. I am not looking forward to that to trying to like stitch all 5 of those together. This will be the first time I've tried to do that. So we'll see how people enjoy this project. Previously, it was all sort of done live, the live style, where they're just like really long videos that are like then features are spread out between them, and it's not quite as nice. This one should at least be slightly better. Okay, so that being said, I'm all done here. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it for today. Today is Friday. Today is not Friday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. So I plan to be here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to continue with this. Let's see how far we can get in the user CRUD tests. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Good luck, Mr. MLX, with your Rust journey, just getting into it. We'd love to have you as part of the community as you're going through Rust, and sort of let us know how you go and ask us any questions as you run into them. We're all happy to answer them. So with that, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time, and bye.